Chevron is a proud sponsor of the Jason Project in association with the Harris County Department of Education, HCDE.
Okay, today we are going to continue learning about predator-prey relationships by taking some time to do a lab that deals with Jason learning. We've discussed who predators are in an ecosystem, and we've also discussed what predators do in that ecosystem. Today we're going to study some of the work of Dr. Bob Ballard. Does anybody know what Dr. Bob Ballard is famous for?
He founded the Titanic.
Okay. In our study today, we are going to look at populations within ecosystems and how they change over time. Sudden dramatic drops or increases can indicate that an ecosystem is under pressure or that it's going through some changes. In this activity, we're going to look at simplified relationships between predator and prey populations. You are going to observe how these population sizes depend on each other and how they may attain a natural state of stability. Okay, at your tables, you have a green playing board. This is your game board. Each group of two of you have your game board. You have a bag of predators, which are the big gold pieces, and you also have a bag of prey, which are the little blue pieces. Got it? The first thing I need you to do is decide who's going to be the predator and who's going to be the prey. Okay, got it figured out? Okay, if you look at your data sheet, you'll notice here, how many prey do we start off with?
10.
We start off with 10 prey. How many predators do we start off with? 2. Okay, so what I need you to do is count out 10 little prey, which are the little blue, and then count out 2 predators, which are the bigger gold pieces. Okay, for those of you who are prey, I want you to take your 10 prey pieces and lay them out on your board. Keep in mind that when you lay them out, you don't want your prey all together in one group because your predator has to land on at least 3 of them in order to survive. If you're a prey, you want to survive. Make sense? Okay, prey, lay out your 10 pieces on your board, please. Okay, now predators, you are going to take your predator pieces and you are going to gently place them on top of your game board. Keep in mind that in order for you to survive and go around to the next round, you have to land on 3 prey pieces. Make sense? All right, predators, go ahead. Okay, now that you have your predator and your prey pieces on your board, I need you to look to see which predator was able to land on which prey. If your predator was able to land on at least 3 prey, it will survive and go on to the next round. If it landed on 2 prey or 1 prey, it's going to die. Make sense? Okay, if your prey got landed on, so here's your prey. If a predator landed on it, your prey is now dead. What I need you to do is to remove all of the predator and the prey that died off of your game board. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, now that you've removed your predator and your prey who did not survive, we're going to go ahead and look at your data sheet. If you look at round 1, we started off with 10 prey and 2 predator. I want you to go ahead and count the number of prey that survived and write that number down in the number of survivors column. You're going to write down the number of predators that survived in the number of survivors column. You are going to double your number of survivors when we go on to round 2. Can anybody tell me why we would need to double our survivors?
They reproduce.
Very good, they reproduce. So right now I want you to go ahead and double your number of survivors for the starting number for round 2, but just wait. If you have no survivors in round 2, which may happen because of our predator-prey relationships, if there are no survivors, you will start off with 5 prey and 1 predator. Make sense? Okay, now you're going to go ahead and look at your starting number for round 2. You, for instance, have 10 prey and 2 predators. You are going to put that number of prey pieces on your board, and then you're going to start off with a number of predator pieces. You will complete this round just like you did round 1, and when you finish round 2, you will go ahead and double your number of survivors to move on to round 3 because of reproduction. Are there any questions? Okay, go ahead and begin. You don't have to stop at the end of round 2. You can continue working through the rest of the rounds. Okay guys, now that we've had the opportunity to complete our 20 rounds and to graph our results, we're going to discuss and reflect a little bit about what we learned. The first question I have for you is, what is a predator-prey relationship, and what is an example of one of those relationships?
Okay, so basically a predator-prey relationship is where a predator gets its energy from its prey. For example, a lion gets its energy from a gazelle by consuming it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Now that we have our results all graphed, I want to go ahead and look at the graphs that you have in front of you. Does anybody see a correlation in the increase or the decrease of a predator and prey relationship as we go through the different rounds of this game?
As the prey population increases, so does the predator population. But as the prey population decreases, so does the predator.
Good. As you notice, you'll see that as our predator or as our prey population increases, our predator population will also increase. But as we have a decrease in the number of prey because they all were consumed by the predators, we will also have a decrease in the number of predators in our food web and in our food chains.